What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Torpedoes and Tarantulas. Thank you for joining me for another video. A couple of weeks ago, I had a subscriber of mine suggest a collection tour because I watched his collection tour and I commented on the collection tour, and then he commented back, when are we going to see a Torpedoes and Tarantulas collection tour? So that's what we're going to do. It's probably going to take a few videos to do this. There's no particular order or plan or system that I have in place. I'll probably just start with the smaller ones and work my way to the larger ones. But before we do that, we'll kind of show you where all of my inverts live. So we'll start right here on the left side of the shelving system and just kind of work our way down. And I'll show you all of my enclosures all the way down to there. And then underneath my workbench, I've got all of these guys. And then on the right side, a whole bunch more enclosures, which again we will go through one by one. And by the end of this video, you guys will know everything that I have and how it is doing. And while we're at it, this right here is my milk snake enclosure. And if you look really closely, you can see her head over there to the other side of that black hide. She's out and about after several days looking for some food. So we'll get around to that later. I might even do a feeding video. But right now, this is all about a collection tour. So I'm going to get the camera set up, get these critters out, and let's go through them one by one. Okay, so I'm going to start off with what is quite possibly the tiniest spiderling in my collection. It's hiding right down in the dirt right here. Doesn't look like much now. It's just a typical New World spiderling and is quite fast and quite shy right now. This is the Pseudopalopus Columbia Blue. I got this as a freebie after buying an adult tarantula from a guy on a Facebook group. And so I have never fed this one live prey. I'm going to put a very tiny hatchling pinhead in here, and it'll either take it or it won't. And if it doesn't take it, then I will do like I usually do and pre-kill the prey in the freezer and then put it in here. I actually accidentally dumped 2 roaches in there, and it's not going after either one of them. I probably got it all shy and scared now, but that was a quick look at my Pseudopalopus Columbia Blue. Next up is my very small, possibly half-inch brachiopalma bomi sling. This was given to me by Norvis. I've been thinking that it's in a pre-molt, but it hasn't darkened or anything. It may just be fat. This is another one that I have not fed. I've not gotten takedowns from live prey with it yet. I have been feeding it frozen prey, and it may not be hungry, so we may not get to see a takedown there either. But this is my brachiopalma bomi, given to me by my good friend Norvis. I can't wait for this one to molt because it is actually very tiny right now. But there you go, brachiopalma bomi. Let's go to the next one. And next up is the brachiopalma Baumgarteni, however the hell you want to pronounce it. Yet another one that was given to me by Narvis, and yet another one that still hasn't eaten live prey. So let's put a pinhead in it and see what happens. Now this one has molted one time in my care since Norvis gave it to me. So the bomi has not, and I think it's really due for a molt. But this one has molted. And obviously is still not eating live prey because it's been a while since all of these tarantulas have been fed. So there we go, brachiopalma Baumgarteni. Let's move on. Up next we have here my afanopelma Johnny Cashy. I've had this is a very, very slow grower. I've had this thing for at least 2 years, and it's molted maybe 2 or 3 times. And it might be 1.5 inches. I don't even think it's quite 2 inches yet. So they're a very slow growing species. This one does do live takedowns. These prey are actually quite tiny for it, so it may not be able to do anything with those, but maybe it will scare the tarantula out so we can see more than just its little behind. I can actually move this cork bark right here. This tarantula is a bit bashful, but it's not shy or defensive, and it's actually a little bit inquisitive. At times, when I'm doing regular maintenance and I open its enclosure, it will come out and peek around and then usually go back into hiding just like that. But there we go, the afanopelma Johnny Cashy. This next hard to see tarantula is the very rare and very expensive afanopelma moriae. They are just starting to get in the hobby in the last couple of years. I've had this one for at least a year and a half. It just recently molted, but it stays underground, so it is very, very hard to really get a good look at it. This thing is a very slow grower as well, so it may take another 2 or 3 years before it's adult size, but they are gorgeous. They kind of look like a GBB and a curly hair head baby, so I can't wait till this one gets older and starts showing adult colors. But there we go. That was the afanopelma moriae. Up next is another really awesome and really beautiful species. I have 3 of these. These are the brachiopalma smithi, the Mexican giant red knee, not to be confused with the hamorii. Here we go with a feeding attempt. Let's see if it's hungry. And they usually are. These guys are great eaters, and as you can see, their abdomens are nice and plump. These guys are probably an inch and a half as well. I've had these for at least a year or more. I bought them from Fear Not Tarantulas. So there we go. I actually bought 6. 2 of them died. 1 of them completely vanished. So now we just have 3. There's the first one fed. Let's feed the next one. Up next, this is brachiopalma smithi number 2. I've got a roach for it, but I actually kind of grabbed it behind the head, so hopefully I didn't cripple it too bad. Let's see if it'll eat. The roach is stuck on the tongs. Yes. I rarely have a problem with getting these guys to eat unless they're in a pre-molt. There is the second one eating. Let's go to number 3. Here is brachiopalma smithi number 3. Feed attempt number 3. Nothing so far, which may be a sign that it's not hungry, because normally these guys just pounce right on the prey. I've been trying to feed them quite a bit as smaller spiderlings so they'll grow to that adult size, and then of course I will slow the feeding down. I don't think this one's hungry. I'll leave the roach in there, but let's continue with the tour. Up next is my afanopelma calcotes, another really small spiderling. I got this as a freebie from some stuff that I bought at a reptile expo about a year ago, and it was really tiny. It has molted once, maybe twice in my care in almost a year. So again, another really slow growing species. A lot of the North American species are slow growing. I don't think I've ever personally witnessed a live takedown out of this one, so we'll see. Now, I do put prey in, and it is eaten later, so apparently it does take down live prey, just not while somebody's watching. That looked like a bit of a threat posture from the tarantula toward the roach there. I have an adult female of this species as well. They are really beautiful and fairly docile tarantula as well. I don't think we're going to get any action out of this one, so let's move on to the next one. Now this next one, the only thing you're going to see is this enclosure, because I almost never ever see this thing. It does come out every once in a while, but usually once it's realized it's been spotted, it runs and hides. This is an arboreal spiderling that I got a year or so ago from Pulp Friction Tarantulas for some store credit when they goofed up an order of mine. Wasn't the first time they've done it, but we won't dwell on that. This is a very beautiful species. This is the Formingocylus species rufus, or the peach earth tiger. This one here is probably 2 inches or a little better, so a little faster grower than the those New Worlds that I just showed you. It's a beautiful tarantula when I see it out, which is hardly ever. Eventually, we're going to need to rear house. Maybe we'll get to see it then, but let's check out the next one. Okay, same scenario with this enclosure right here. This is all you're going to see. You're not going to see the tarantula itself. This one was another one that I got from Pulp Friction from Store Credit. It is also in the same genus as the one that I just showed you. This is the Formingocylus arboricola. I forgot to mention with the species rufus. Both of these are arboreal species, but they are terrestrial and pretty fossorial when they're this size. It's about the same size as the other one. Again, I hardly ever see it, but it is a beautiful tarantula. And these guys get really big, like 8-inch leg span. So that's really cool. We'll probably squeeze one more in on this video, and then we'll do another one. So let's move on. All right, so we'll end this video with the feeding. This is my other brachiopalma bomi. I got it as a freebie. I do not remember from who or from whom. However, this one just molted probably a week and a half ago. Very beautiful tarantula. I was able to sex it. It is a male. We don't have names for him yet, so suggestions would be welcome down in the comments. But I'm pretty sure he's hungry. He's been a great eater so far. Let's see. Yeah, absolutely no hesitation in grabbing the prey. This guy is 2.5 inches, so he's getting up there. But I've had him for a while. Again, another very slow grower. So there we go. That ends part 1 of the Torpedoes and Tarantulas collection tour. I hope you have enjoyed it. Let me know with a thumbs up and a comment. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't done that. Share this video with your friends. Hope you guys take care of yourselves and each other and have a fantastic day or night wherever you are. Thanks for watching. God bless.